Hi guys! Today in The Sims 4, we're going to build a house where every room is going to be a different Christmas movie. So I've made this wheel, and every time we go to a new room, I'm going to spin the wheel and see what Christmas movie we get, and then we'll decorate the room in that theme. So these are my favorite Christmas movies. You may notice some glaring absences from this list, very popular Christmas movies that are not on the list, and that is simply because I don't like them. So my favorite of all time is the Santa Claus. Definitely let me know what yours is, and if I've left it out. Yeah, then we can go ahead and spin for the outside. Let's see what we get. Ooh, okay. Alright, so we got the Grinch for the outside. That is gonna be tricky, but fun. So when I was making this wheel, I literally had that thought, like, oh, do I even want to get that for the outside? Because they're so over the top in Whoville. But I think we can do it. There are some architectural features in the Whoville houses, like the fact that their roofs are like round and they like go out and come back in and all that, and I'm not going to be able to do that. So I've made like a really random shape with the outline. I feel like their houses are just very asymmetrical and then just super over the top Christmas decorations. So when I started decorating this house, I started playing around with roofing. It was taking me so long. It took me so long to do this, so I did finish this off camera because it was just me sitting there looking confused for like 2 hours. But yeah, so we're done with the outside here. We've got these lights along the house. I thought that looked the most like the houses in the live action Grinch movie, which is the one that I'm talking about that I love. So I've used these pool lights and then sized them down and then placed each one individually. It didn't take as long as I originally thought it would. It wasn't as bad as I expected, but I did only do a little bit of that because once it went to nighttime lighting, it really messed with the lighting, and I'm definitely not going to go in and change each light individually, their lighting or like intensity, all that. But I have it on a couple bits of the house in the front and in the back, so we still get that effect a little bit. We've got our tree out front for the Whovians to gather around and sing. Lots of presents because they love their presents until they learn the true meaning of Christmas. We've got some curved roofing. I just went through, we just put different types of roofs on a lot of these areas, and then I just used the dot on the side to bring that out to make it rounded. And then in some areas, I took it in to make this half-hipped roof on the side that's coming out, kind of coming down to the ground, that big curve. That's a half-hip roof, and I just did the opposite, pulled that little circle in so that it was going back into the curve. Then I've got a lot of decorations from Seasons, a few things that were just like red and green and fun looking that I sized up so they look like giant Christmas decorations. I love this little snowman in a hot cocoa mug. He's sized up, and then this Medusa thing sized up this big snowman, or sized up this little snowman to make him big. I've used a lot of these light up trees, these pre-strung tree of lights, and then I've also used a few of these lollipop topiaries and lollipop trees. So I feel like those have a fun, whimsical Whovian look. This grass back here is in Debug, and it is, I believe, from the world that you can get to through like the magic tree in Newcrest. I will admit, I've actually never done that. We've got our little asymmetrical tower here. I'm not sure how that's gonna look on the inside. I didn't really think about the inside at all while I was building this, so we'll see what kind of mess we get into when we get in there. And I've used a few of these lights and posts lights. These are from City Living. Basically just throwing decorations at this house. All right, let's see what kind of mess I've made for us on the inside. Yep, super weird layout. I don't know how I'm gonna divide this up. On the base floor, so because the main entrance is on the second floor, I'm going to put a bedroom down here on the first floor, and then I'm going to put the kitchen and dining room on the second floor. I'm going to do the living room downstairs, and then a bedroom, master bedroom down here as well, bathroom, and then we'll have a hallway entryway here. Yeah, let's spin the wheel to see what we get for this little entryway area here. That might help determine what it's going to be because I'm not 100% sure yet. So let's spin the wheel. Okay, we got Home Alone. All right. It actually works out pretty well because there's quite a few scenes that highlight the foyer or the entryway of that house. So in the entryway in the movie, that's where like the pizzas get delivered, the cop comes, who's not really a cop in the beginning. There's quite a few scenes in there, so we have a lot of images and a lot of video of that area. For like the walls and floor, I'm gonna go for matching as much as I can to their hallway and really just going for like a rich 90s family aesthetic. So there's our shelves that are representing Buzz's shelves in his room that Kevin pulls down on himself. We've got a lump of coal here because he's naughty. Just got a lot of random items here. Tried to get there's some CDs in there, some like model planes and trucks, skulls. I feel like he would have the robot circuit kit. And then we've got, instead of a tarantula, we do have a terrarium, but it's got a frog in it. So we could say that instead of a tarantula, we're using like a poison frog. So as far as shenanigans traps go, we've got the paint cans that he throws over the balcony here. So he's getting ready maybe to tie those up there. And then over by this window, I've sized down these big jack. Well, I've made them little jacks. So that can be like when they step on all the ornaments, instead they'll step on jacks. You know what, this is actually a pretty good trap because instead of Kevin pulling down the shelves, they come in the window, they step on the jacks, they fall, and then the shelves come down on them instead of Kevin. That would work. And then we've got our lighter here, which he uses to make the door handle hot so they can't open the door. What else can we put right here? I wish I had a fan so I could set it up with the feathers, because I think there is a pile of feathers in here. Pile of feathers, yeah, I mean, we could still use it. Can't do the, like, him blowing the feathers onto them, because I don't have a fan, but we'll put the feathers there. Maybe we'll just put some random tools here that Kevin is using to place these traps. Oh, man, okay. Sorry, Sims, but I am definitely putting this on the stairs. Alright, nobody step on that, but yeah, we're gonna put the nail on the stairs. This movie's brutal. I think that is one of the worst ones he does, really, putting that nail. Ugh. But also, who steps on a step like that? When he goes to step on it, his foot is like that's just not how you walk. Oh my gosh, okay, that's awful, because Sims are gonna walk over that, but it works for our purposes. You know what we could do is put like a broom or a shovel, put it right here so it's like they open the door, they step on it and it hits them in the face, but in the movie, the neighbor guy comes and whacks them with a shovel at the end, so spoiler alert, they get whacked with a shovel at the end. Don't we all? I don't know what that means. Alright, so it's definitely an odd-shaped room. It's a little hard to show you everything, but we've got a lighter so Kevin can make the door handle hot before they come in. We've got a hammer because he definitely needs that to set up some of these traps, and honestly, I wouldn't put it past him to just whack him with a hammer. We've got our pile of feathers and the fan. I wish I had a fan that we could actually have on the ground, but I don't, so there we go. Then I've put this screwdriver, I think it's a screwdriver, in the stairs. Over here we've got our snow shovel so that as soon as they walk in the door, they step on that, whack themselves in the face with the shovel. I'm not sure, I think a sim will walk right over the shovel, but if not, there is another entrance, so I'm okay with one entrance maybe not being usable. We've got our pizza from our giant pizza delivery at the beginning of the movie, and then the paint cans are going to come down the stairs at the Wet Bandits when they try to go upstairs. Over here we've got Buzz's shelf filled with kind of just teenage boy stuff, and then we've got our poison frog on top in the terrarium instead of a tarantula. Then over here, if they try to come in this window, we've got these jacks by the window for them to step on. We've got traps all over the place here, you better be careful. So there's our entryway. Let's see. What's next? I think I'm going to do the living room next. I'm a little nervous about what we're gonna get because we have to incorporate this whole thing. Let's spin the wheel and see what we get for the living room. We've got our tiny little awkwardly shaped Home Alone 2 Lost in New York living room. With Home Alone 2, I was thinking we would go, 3 different ways. Could be like the city vibe, could be the toy store vibe, or we could be going with like the hotel vibe. But I decided to go for the toy store here because I think that works with a living room best. I've sized up all the trains in the game and put those all in a row here. This shelf that I've sized up over here to get the Grinchy architecture on the outside. Now we have to deal with the consequences of that decision on the inside of the house. I'm going to treat these like toy store windows. So over on this big one, I'm going to do some of these stuffed animals. We have Blarfy the teddy bear, and some of these other ones here. So I've got the little koala here. In the middle, I'm gonna go with some of these blocks. We've got toy helicopter and car. I'm just going real Christmassy on the first shelf here with this nutcracker, which is perfect. And then we have our dollhouse over here. This is very important. We've got our little pigeon feather over here. And then I've just put some random, like these snow globes here. Even though this pearl necklace only has 7 pearls, it wouldn't really cause too much damage if it broke on the ground to make the wet bandits trip and fall when they're chasing after him. We've got the Duffalo cash. They do steal the money from the cash register, although it doesn't work out for them. We do have a random tool here that he can use to wreak havoc, as well as the candle. He's always using flames to get back at these guys. This piece here is from Cats and Dogs, and it's like a piece of veterinary equipment. As a veterinarian, I cannot tell you what that piece of equipment is, but we do have a staple gun incident in the movie. We don't have a staple gun in the game that I know of, so I've just put that there to represent that. And then we've got our dove here. Oh, you know what? We need another one, obviously. I forgot about that. We need 2 turtle doves, but we'll make one smaller so it's not quite so matching. Down here, I've sized up some of these treats from Cats and Dogs, and I'm using those as the bricks that he throws down at Harry. So since we're going for the toy store theme, I've also just put some like handmade kids crafts around. We've got this mysterious saw back here. Kevin does saw a ladder so that when the guys get on it, they fall. Watch out, maybe don't let your kid play with the dollhouse. Keep an eye on your kid when they're in this living room, even though it's a toy store living room. Actually, instead of keeping an eye on your kid, you should keep an eye on your robbers. So yeah, there's our living room all finished. Home Alone 2. Now let's do a bathroom. I don't know how I'm going to work one of these themes into a bathroom, but let's find out. Let's spin the wheel and see what we're working with. All right, we got the Santa Claus. That is not a great one for a bathroom. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that. All right then, let's see what we can do for the Santa Claus bathroom. So the Santa Claus is my absolute favorite Christmas movie, so getting it for a bathroom is a little bit like, not the best room I could have got for it. But I'm going to stay true to this process. I haven't watched this movie yet this season, and I really need to. We do have quite a few scenes in the bathroom, actually, when I think about it. Like him weighing himself, him seeing, kind of looking at his gut in the bathroom. That's where we start to see his hair grow and he's shaving and then it grows right back. So we're kind of going for like Scott Calvin's bachelor pad look here. And then he's also got like this black tile countertop. So we'll just pick like a really sleek, simple black cabinet here. And then we need our sink. We need a mirror. He does have some like cologne, some manly products on the counter. I'm going to give him this single toothbrush from Debug since he's just one man. And then I'm not sure what we have in the way of razors. That is definitely not something I'm often trying to put in a build. So I found that in Debug. It looks like
an electric razor, right? So we're going to use that. I'm not 100% sure that that is an electric shaver, but that's what we're going to go with. It's close enough, right? It's probably like shears for the farm animals. I don't know. But we're gonna go with that. And as far as I know, I don't think we have like a scale. I'm trying to find something that could work for that. Let's check out our electronics. We do have this robot vacuum. It's not gonna function like a scale at all, but that could work for the look I want. So for now, I'm gonna use this vacuum as a scale. We'll see if we can change that to something better. I'm gonna keep looking. Just pretend for me, okay? Did we put a toilet in the bathroom? Probably. It does actually have green towels, but the game has given us red towels, and it actually looks like Santa Claus's outfit. That looks like his belt. Love it. That's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna use these when he gets the list. They send these to his house. They're obviously not in his bathroom, but yes, we're gonna put those in there. So I love that part when they bring all those red boxes to his house. It's very ornate and seems very wasteful for a list, but okay. That seems like something that could go digital, Santa. And then we do have robes. Do we have a red robe? So that's like his silky pajamas that he puts on. We'll put a little mug there, so he's got that by the bathtub. He's drinking his hot chocolate in the tub. And then we just need a rug in here. There's our Santa Claus bathroom. We have our scale. That's not really a scale, but it's just gonna have to look like one. And then we've got the list that he gets sent from the North Pole. His electric shaver. He just got some little touches of green and red around as well. Can't take a bath without hot cocoa now that he's turning into Santa Claus. And then we've got his silk pajamas, his silk robe. Goodbye, Santa Claus bathroom. We'll move over to this master bedroom and let's spin the wheel and see what movie we're doing here. All right, so we got Elf for the master bedroom, and that will be a fun one. All right, so for our elf-themed bedroom, I'm gonna start with the bed. Let's get some yellow pillows on here. That will help make this a little more elfy. So it's kind of like inspired mostly by Buddy the Elf. I'm going for mostly his look, but then we'll also incorporate some things from the movie. You know what we have? Guys, these bird feather pictures really just come in handy in every build. I'm telling you, if you haven't used them before, we have a puffin feather. We probably don't have, oh, I was gonna say we probably don't have any narwhal stuff. What is this? The Art of Narwhals? So we have the book, The Art of Narwhals, and it's a children's book. This is perfect. So it's not gonna look like a narwhal, but we know that it's a narwhal book, and it's a children's book, and it says, "It all began the day that Flippy the narwhal received her first set of finger paint." Well, that sounds terrible because they don't have fingers, but I'm glad I wanted to put some children's books in this room, so that is perfect. With doing an elf-inspired room, I didn't really want to do the whole room like the North Pole where it's all white. I think that we can do that and have some colors in here too. So I think we have a vertical white siding. We do have this one, which actually looks very similar to what they have in the movie. So I definitely want this city skyline snow globe. So I'm thinking for the floor, we'll go with the white wood as well. This already looks very elf-like to me, that just this little area with this window thing. We do have that scene where he tries to hug the raccoon. I know we have raccoons on something in this game, but searching raccoon does not bring them up. A cute critter basket. Do we have a raccoon? We do have this one. I think that is a raccoon. I'm thinking over here we can have like a bookshelf. All right, so I know that this room is technically for adults, so I'm just putting some kids' books here to represent like his dad's books. It's not like a big comfy red chair to sit in. I like that one. It looks fancy, it looks Christmassy. Now let's get a rug over here. Maybe we can do a green ottoman. So I'm gonna put this by the chair. There's our elf-themed bedroom. Got our Arctic puffin We've got our snow globe of the Empire State Building, and then a critter lamp, a raccoon hamper, and then I discovered these decals over here. I think that Buddy the elf would love this room. Our elf-themed bedroom is so cute. Yay! Okay, that was a really fun one. Actually, these are all fun. That is our first floor done. Now we can move upstairs and see what we get for our kitchen, dining room, and our kids' bedroom. That's also a tower. That one's going to be tricky, but we'll see.
Okay, so this is a pretty big build. It is taking me a while, so what I'm gonna do is pause here and then I'll do a part 2 in a separate video. And in the meantime, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I've got a few other videos up for you. I've got a dog with a cone in the house and I keep hearing him running into things. But yeah, I will see you in part 2. Thank you.